So from time to time, I think I'll do some videos focused on the wood shop itself. Now, in most cases, I'll probably be getting into some kind of a project that I'm doing to improve the wood shop, like rebuilding that terrible chop saw station behind me that I don't like. But today I thought I'd do something unusual. I'd like to talk about a component that's in my workshop that has worked really well now for about 17 years. And what's unique about this is that when I installed this, I thought I was ruining my wood shop. This was actually in our previous house that was also a basement wood shop. It was quite a bit smaller than this one. And I got it in my head that I wanted a pool table. So it is a 4-foot by 8-foot slate table made by the National Shuffleboard Company out of New Jersey that was installed in a pool hall in Cincinnati in 1962. And I said, I think about 17 years ago, I found it used on, I think it was eBay at the time, and drove down to Cincinnati, picked it up and installed it. Now, I thought it was really going to wreck my shop because of the amount of space it would take up. But what I want to show you is this top I built for it. I wanted it to still be able to function in the shop, so I thought I could make this top, and then it could at least serve as kind of a workspace assembly table. And I have to say, for 17 years, it has worked extremely well for that. I actually really love this. I spend more time working around this than any other machine or component in my wood shop, because with the top on it, it becomes a 5-foot by 9-foot, dead flat, rock solid work surface. So it becomes a staging area for material I bring into the shop when I'm starting projects. And this is a rare moment when the shop is relatively clean between projects, so I thought it'd be a good time to show you this thing. Now you notice I'm peeling up some tape here. I use that tape to cover the gaps between these 3 panels, which I'll take off now. I made the panels out of 3/4 inch hardwood plywood. It was a red oak veneered plywood. I built, as you can see, 1.5 inch hardwood edge around all the sheets of plywood. And I installed these little lever catches. Travel trunks used to have locks like these on them. And those keep the 3 pieces together. So here's a closer look at one of those little trunk locks that holds the segments of the tabletop together. In those rare moments that we decide I'm going to use my shop assembly table to play pool, I just pull these 3 segments apart. Just a clip. And I store these pieces just out of the way in the shop. And with the one segment pulled away, I can kind of show you how these things go together. These little metal alignment clips help the pieces stay in alignment, and they provide some support when you push on the top from above. So you can see how I put the tops together here. It's just 3/4 inch hardwood veneer plywood, red oak veneer. I've got strips of red oak, 3/4 by 1.5 inches around the edge. And those are joined to the plywood with a 1/4 inch spline. So I just cut a small groove in both the edge banding and the plywood, and then a 1/4 inch spline holds things together. And as I said, this thing has been in use as a shop table for 17 years. So that joint has stood up fine. The panel is backed with 2-inch rigid foam. If I were to do it again, I'd use the better quality pink rigid foam insulation. So that rigid foam is just sitting on the cloth of the pool table. You'll notice that the plywood edging is held up above the rails of the pool table. So it's really supported by that rigid foam insulation itself. And you can see some of the dust that's accumulated on the tablecloth here. It's been a while since it's been used as a pool table. So with the panels off, I just use a little compressed air. Then the cloth gets a little bit of a brush down. And any good pool table needs about 5 feet of clear walking space all the way around it. And for the most part, I have that here, with the exception of this giant radial arm saw, which I want to build into that chop saw station rebuild I was talking about earlier. But once that's out of the way, we will have all the space we need to play pool. And it also provides a convenient walking space in the shop for moving parts around, just generally navigating around the shop. So there you have it. There is my pool table sometimes, assembly table most of the time. And it's not a bad idea for a shop. I think it's something that would actually be a nice addition to a commercial shop when maybe in the evenings or break times, pull the top off, shoot a few games when you're not working. Who knows? It's worked well for me anyway. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching.